Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I am here at 1539 Cypress. Here is the neighborhood. The front of the house faces east, rear of the house faces west. It is a flip. This one next door to it, this is just north of it, looks like also will be a flip. It's kind of disheveled looking right now, but I can tell that they are working on it. There's a giant dumpster. Other than that, looks like quite a few of the houses have been gentrified. That big building just over here is St. Mary Corwin Hospital. The agent confirmed with me that the furnace, hot water heater, roof, all those things were permitted. The exterior of the house looks good. There's a little bit of the stairs looks like they're chipping, so FHA might say that they need to patch that a tad. But other than that, I didn't notice anything initially off the bat. I will say it does smell a bit like cat pee, especially towards the rear of the house. So I don't know that they killed it and did the right things to get that situated. Here is the one-car garage. It's definitely oversized. It's deeper. You know, you could put like a little workshops area or something, and park your car in here. They do have it insulated. It looks like there is a electrical outlet in here. However, I don't know that the electric works in here, and I'm noticing that there is no garage door opener. So you would have to lift this door by hand. Show you the back real quick. Here is the backyard. Tons of space. Brand new 6-foot wood privacy fence. Your crawl space access is also back here underneath this door. So they did not fence in between the house and the garage. So if you're ever going to get a pet or something, this would be the only space that you would have to do fencing to completely enclose the backyard. And I would say maybe that's 5-6 feet at most, I would say, in between the two buildings. This one is currently listed for $200. It's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Just over 1,000 square feet, built in 1900. I have it's worth about $208. So you'd walk in with a little bit of equity, even at the offer that we have given. Here is the alleyway, the dead end there. That's Bessemer Ditch right there. So don't go that way. This is your neighbors behind you yard. Looks like they tried to garden. They have a little bit of lawn maybe. Pretty clean alleyway though. I don't see a bunch of junk and trash and shenanigans. Again, this is the house next door that's being gentrified, but you can see like they're cleaning it all up. Looks like they're putting new windows in. But that'll be good for your property value and to have a good neighbor over there once that's sold. Alrighty. Alrighty, back at the front here. Looks like they did do exterior paint on everything. A few little areas that could use just some little touch-ups here, but nothing terrible. The stucco looks to be in good condition. I did not see a lot of settling or anything like that, which is good. There is no cooling in this house, so for when it comes time to the summer, you may want to get some window units, or because the furnace is brand new, maybe looking into some AC. I do know a good HVAC guy if you need that. But here we are. So right when you walk into the front door, they hung a little coat rack thing. Updated light fixtures. If you go to the right, you have your living room and kitchen area. And then to the left is a bedroom. So we're going to go left. All the windows have been updated. They're vinyl. Here's our first bedroom here. Bedroom is not huge. There is a little bit of settling. You can kind of see it's tight here in the center and then slopes slightly on either side. It doesn't feel terrible, but you know, it is slightly settled. The house is built in 1900, so it's not uncommon for this area to have some settling, and with this age of house. In this bedroom, it's funky shaped. I personally would say this would be a better office space or like office / guest room. But I would put a dresser probably over here in this corner and then do the bed here. And I would say probably don't go any bigger than a full in here because of the vents for the forced air. Here is your closet. They also have the paint and all the screens for the windows in here. They probably didn't want the screens to get damaged. They also did put like the more updated type of outlet in here. Not on all of them, just on some of them, where it has the USB A and C connection. So kind of a nice feature. Didn't skimp on that. Those are a little bit more expensive. Now we are in the living room. Good sized living room, lots of natural light. You can see all the way to the back door where your laundry space is too. I would put the TV on this side. You have lots of outlets, your cable's already there. Again, another fancy outlet that has like all the USB A and C items. It does have conduit running to the electrical outlets, which tells me that they did do an update on the electrical here. These are plaster walls, so they did not want to redo all the plaster. So that's why they chose to run the wires on the outside. My best guess is that there was only like 1 or 2 outlets in this entire room. That's why that one is does not have conduit and all the other ones do. So it's nice that they added more, but that's why that looks like that. You have this cute little kitchen island breakfast bar situation. It is butcher block. They did finish it. It has kind of a gloss you can kind of see here. So that's good. It has like a lip, so you can kind of see. But kitchen is nice and open. You could put a little cabinet there in that corner to give you a little bit extra room if you need that. Or even put it here kind of up against this bar space. Again, you can kind of see there are some inconsistencies with the floor based off of the baseboards. There's a bit of a gap there, but tighter here. So same thing, kind of a bigger gap here. Really, they should have redone the subfloors underneath the LVT to make it a little bit more level. They didn't do that. But you can definitely see it here on this wall here. So a structural engineer, I would definitely recommend taking a peek at this one. I believe she charges like $175 or something for the structural engineer certificate, but that would be an additional cost to do for sure, just to make sure your investment is well taken care of. You have your stainless steel appliances. This is laminate countertop. Yeah, so it looks like marble, but it is just the laminate. Here's a seam that they caulked. You're probably going to have to keep up on this since they caulked it like that, but other than that, your gas range, I know you love that. Nice deep sink. You will be looking at this house. Luckily, again, they are gentrifying it. Looks like they're putting a new roof on it. All the good things, so it won't be as bad to look at. They did not do that privacy fence along here, but hopefully, if you're lucky, they'll do some sort of privacy fence so you won't have to look into their window. Just off the kitchen, you have your laundry space and a bedroom, and then you have this bedroom here. We are gonna go see the second bedroom. This one is much better layout and space. Has this cute little pop-in. It was probably once for a landline phone, if I had to guess. Closet space, pretty average. Nothing too crazy. If I had to guess, this is your chimney that goes down into the furnace. Usually it's pretty central for your furnace and your chimney. So kind of similar situation, but you can fit a queen on this side. It would kind of stick out here, and then I would stick a dresser over here. You could get probably one nightstand in the corner. And this looks at your garage. Back out into the kitchen. We're gonna head back. Again, this is where I kind of see the most sloping. I think this was at one point maybe the exterior, and then they added all of this on. So this bedroom, this laundry area, and this bathroom, I don't think are original. I think it was added on at some point or another. We are gonna go to the left. This is your last bedroom. This one is more of like a rectangle shape. So you could put a queen size bed here, nightstands on either side. I wouldn't say putting a dresser here would be good with that size of bed, because you'll create like a tiny hallway effect here. This room has nice natural lighting though, so again, could be a really great plant room, office type of thing. This is a little bit quirky. They left this open, but it is just a closet space here, and then just like a shelf situation. So again, you know, put little plants up there, maybe some cute little decorations, but a teeny tiny closet with that weird little space. Then we're gonna head across. This is the bathroom. Same exact countertop as in the kitchen. Big mirror. You have your shower tub combo. And they did tile work. The tile and grout look to be in pretty good condition. I will say it does not feel like they sealed the grout. So that could be something that can be recommended during the inspection, or you can do. It's not super difficult, but it feels like maybe that's not the right type of grout, or like I said, they just didn't seal it. Little window that looks north in here, and you can see that there's the fence. Toilet. You have your little linen closet. And then the washer and dryer are staying. Brand new junction box for those. They do appear to be newer. They have like blue tape on them. They look brand new. They look nice. They are GE appliances, but they have like the smart stuff. So I would imagine these are brand new. Again, I can definitely feel some sloping right through here. And then there is a little like cleaning closet or tiny little coat closet that you can put stuff in there. And then here is your backyard again. You can see Corwin. It faces west, but you can't really see any mountain views. And then you have your crawl space access. Ooh. For your crawl space access, there's also clean outs underneath your crawl space access. So kind of an interesting spot that they put those there. But it is PVC, so that looks promising. And then your actual crawl space access is under there. The inspector will go under there to take a peek at things. But that's kind of what that looks like. And again, potentially taking a look at the structural engineer report, just because, like I said, there's some settling. Not super concerning. The exterior looks good, but always a good thing to check out. The only thought that I have is, like I mentioned, it does smell a little bit like cat pee on this backside, but past that, everything else looks really good. So let me know what you think. I know we already signed the offer for this one, so just give me the go ahead, the thumbs up, and I will send it over to the agent.